Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's look at this right here. Oh boy, the Suns lose 112 to 127 to the Celtics. That's right, Kevin Durant lost the three-point contest last night to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. These guys really ain't good three-point shooters. I would say they're average. I wouldn't say they're bad, just average. Sometimes good, not great. And we're going to talk about this game right here. Kevin Durant. Oh, God. And then at the end of this video, we're going to talk about Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. And we're going to go into clutch time. Okay, because a lot of people, like to bring up the NBA Finals where Durant just shot that dagger on LeBron James. Okay, a lot of front running right there. That's all that was. But let's look at this. When you're getting whooped down like this and you got Bradley Beal, a number one franchise player of another team, Booker, a franchise player of Phoenix before Durant came over here. And of course, you got Durant, a number one franchise player of another team. These guys should be a number one seed. They should be able to whoop Boston like it ain't no thing, especially when we're talking about, Kevin Durant and all this experience. Kevin Durant only scores 20 points, grabs 3 rebounds. We're going to talk about that in a minute. 1 foul. 127 is what the Celtics scored. And this guy's got 1 foul? 1 for 3 from 3. 6 for 19 field goals. Nurkic, man, that man had 20 rebounds. Do you see how this game is played? It's 4 offensive guys on the perimeter. That means it's 4 defenders on the perimeter and 1 center guarding the rim. Michael Jordan will score 50 points per game in this era with no three-pointer. Because we see how the game is played. That guy sitting at the perimeter with the ball. Again, there's 4 guys at the perimeter, 4 defenders at the perimeter, and 1 guy, the center, in the middle, down by the rim. So in essence, it's only 1 defender that's in the paint. That's anywhere close to the rim. Right? There's no power forward at the block. There's no center. There's no small forward at the block. It's just that 1 center that's in the paint. So you're trying to tell me Michael Jordan, him driving either to the basket for a layup or pulling up for a mid-range, who's going to stop him from scoring 50 a game? Don't tell me about no 3-ball. Look, Denver is the perfect team, right? As an example. They proved to people last year they could win a championship, and they shot the least amount of threes in the playoffs. They played a half-court style game. All their guys weren't sitting out at the three-point line all the time. And they played more half-court style basketball. It looks like they got more of a game of power forward, guard, point guard. Let's don't get off the subject, right? So I'm just proving my point with Nurkic, right? It's not hard to get 20 rebounds. Dennis Rodman will get 50 rebounds a game. They wasn't even playing this style of ball in the 60s, and Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain was getting 22 to 25 rebounds a game. They would get like 60, if that's even possible in this era. Who's going to challenge you to get a rebound if you're just sitting under the rim? Nobody. Let me ask you a question. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. What league would run the same offense for every team. I've never seen that in the NFL. I'm sure they don't do it in hockey. When I was growing up and watching the NBA, they didn't do this in the NBA. These dudes is running the same style of basketball every single team. Brick, 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 brick. And it's not even the point, the thing that they're shooting bad shots and you don't even get in trouble by your coach. There's no bad shots. Because everybody's shooting the same bad shot. So your winning is based on if the ball goes down. You don't, like Charles Barkley said something about, you got a lot of guys out there getting paid all this money and they're not even real basketball players. There's no fundamentals. Anybody could come off the street and sit at a three-point line and just chuck up threes. There's no post plays. There's no mid-range. The pick and roll is really poor. It's just, it really don't exist for the most part. The picks are just to get a three-point guy open half the time. That's all it is. 4 guys at the three-point line. One of those guys starts to drive, right? His guy is still defending him as he drives. What happens next? One of the dummy defenders that's defending a guy at the three-point line, he collapses to help his other buddy defend the guy that's driving into the paint. Okay, what happens next? Either the guy that's driving, either he's going to keep driving to the rim if he feels he's going to get there fast enough, or he's going to shoot it to that, pass it to that guy that's wide open that nobody's on now, right? So the guy that's wide open that now gets the ball, another guy at the perimeter has to leave him and come and try to defend him. Now the guy with the ball now, he's going to shoot it if that guy doesn't get there fast enough. If the guy gets there fast enough, he just swings it to the other guy that's wide open. And that's pretty much your basketball game. These guys are getting paid millions and tens of millions and 20, I can't even say it right. Tens of millions of dollars to have no fundamentals, just to sit at a three-point line and swing the ball around. This is basketball? I really can't wait until they stop playing football. It's going to look weird. And it's already starting like that, right? They really don't utilize the running back. It's all pass, pass, pass. Which to me, I don't know how it's really been hard to stop these guys when they're doing the same thing. In football, you know he's going to pass it. In the past, you didn't know if he was going to pass it or throw it. So that's what made it so hard on the play action. So let's look at this. Bill, 22 points, 9 for 17, 3 for 4 from 3. Booker, 23 points, 1 for 6 from 3. 9 for 20 from the field. And I keep trying to tell people, this is Fugazi. The whole Western Conference, I don't want to hear nothing about it. It's Fugazi. When I tell people, the Lakers are probably going to be back in the Western Conference Finals against Denver. That's if they don't play them before that. That's the only way I think they're not going to be back in the Western Conference Finals. It's really a Fugazi conference where the Lakers are like, we're old, we're injury prone. We're not going to play all out basketball. Am I saying they're a good team? No. They have no real fundamentals. They're playing off of athleticism and fouls from the referees who can't even see a travel right in front of their face. A guy could literally pick the ball up, had the ball under his palm, and take 4 steps in the crowd. I'm talking about just coming down the court. He could pick it up and walk with it 4 steps. And the crowd will be like, travel, travel. They'll just be like, what the hell? Travel. And the ref will just keep letting it go. Right? That's what'll happen. So is this really a real league? What's going on? If you can't see that, you can't see a lot of stuff. Carrying, palming. I wouldn't go pay for an NBA game or go watch one if it was free. I definitely wouldn't pay for one. Because they're playing a style of basketball that anybody can play. Or anybody can play in this league. It's not basketball. And that's why I don't respect a lot of people that work for ESPN, Fox, as far as the old heads. Because they know this is not basketball. You're playing a different game, so you don't have to play real basketball. You don't have to have any post moves. You don't have to have no real pick and rolls, no traps. No nothing, no mid-range. It's just a bunch of dudes shooting the 3. Kevin Durant didn't come in this era. LeBron didn't come up in this era. It wasn't even like this when Curry came in. Just the 2 Splash Brothers were shooting the 3. Not the whole damn team. So let's look at this because a sub asked me to do Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. And we already know LeBron has more accolades and more, trophies and stuff like that. But let's look at Durant. He's supposed to be a great shooter, right? Just great shooter. Shots taken, shots to take the lead. Tie the game, playoffs. Playoffs? Buzzer beaters for Durant, 0 for 4, 0%. Buzzer beaters for LeBron, 5 for 9, 55%. Last 3 seconds in the playoffs. Kevin Durant, 2 for 9, 22%. LeBron James, 7 for 5, 46%. Last 48 seconds in the playoffs. Kevin Durant, 9 for 31, 29%. LeBron, 19 for 38, 50%. Last minute, Kevin Durant, 9 for 34, 26%. LeBron James, 20 for 41, 48%. Last 2 minutes, Kevin Durant, 17 for 50, 34%. LeBron James, 32 for 70, 45%. So I guess that answers your question right there. And this came out when Kevin Durant was in Brooklyn, I guess. Right? So really nothing really changed. Nothing really changed in the playoffs while he's been with the Suns. Nothing. He's a choke artist. He's a front runner. What has he did? 0 buzzer beaters. Last 3 seconds, 2 for 9. I mean, he's hit some shots, obviously. But if LeBron, a dude who can't even shoot, is waxing you, this guy is waxing him in clutch performance in the playoffs. Clutch performance. What does this say about this era? A guy who cannot even shoot is the most clutch player of this greatest shooting era of all time, right? A guy who can't even shoot. And you'll be like, oh, you say he can't shoot, man. Look what he doing here. Look, man. He ain't clutch in the finals. I can tell you that. He just ain't. I mean, he done had a lot of clutch moments in the playoffs, but in the finals, I don't know what happened to this dude. That's the most clutch you can get right there in the finals, right? And we done did videos on that. Michael Jordan and Kobe are the most clutch players in the NBA finals. And you would think it'd be like Shaq, because you guys said that Shaq carried Kobe. Nope. Kobe has the most clutch shots behind Michael Jordan in the finals. So you guys tell me what you think. Kevin Durant is a loser. He's on a super team. Kevin Durant's rebounds, right? His 3 rebounds. Well, he's always at the perimeter. He's never going to be able to rebound. And that's what these guys are getting paid all this money for doing less. Right? For doing less. Great shooters. Well, if that's all they shoot is a 3, could you imagine these players back in the day? Hey, man, all y'all sit at the perimeter and you make $50 million a year. They'll be shocked. What? We don't have to play basketball? What? I just don't even know anymore. I'm just... Yeah, they got Bill on this team. All these super teams is just so they can steal money from the customer, up the ticket prices, popcorn, food, liquor, and all this stuff. They just upping the prices. That's all they doing. Tell me what you think.